Hello, my name is Dan Gamble and I'm the Senior Conservator here at Jamestown. This armor that we're going to talk about today is called Jack of Plates or Vest of Plates, or goes by many different terms, but that's what we're going to talk about today. Today we're going to talk about something a little bit different. So here at Jamestown, we've recovered many different pieces of armor. We've recovered breastplates, back plates, what we call tassets, which would protect your waist. We've recovered even helmets to protect your head. Some very incredible pieces. But the thing about this armor that we've recovered is they're full plate armor, okay? And what that means is there's no break in the armor. It's complete piece of armor, like a breastplate would cover from your waist all the way up to your neck. So the great thing about that armor is that you're very well protected. The issue with that armor is you're not very maneuverable. Your body doesn't move very well with it, plus it's very hot. So what the Europeans did, in particular what they did in England, is they adapted a vest made up of what we call plates or jack plates. These plates were sewn into a vest. The issue with it in Europe at this time was the fact that it wouldn't protect you from projectiles very well, especially those of European make. The jack plates here, though, would be very effective against arrows that the Powhatan would have shot at the colonists. So they decided that the best avenue, the best protection that the colonists could procure were jack plates. And we have an example of one set of jack plates that we're going to talk about today. Normally what we find in the field are the single jack plates. We've found hundreds of them throughout the site. But the unique thing about this jack of plates is it's all complete, and you'll see that in this video. This jack of plates was found in a soldier's pit near the western wall. It's very difficult to remove from the ground. We had to completely excavate it, uncover the whole surface, clean it off, and then we coated it with a hardener called Replica, and also used what we call cheesecloth, and covered the whole artifact, and then we were able to undercut it with a metal plate and lift it out. It took about 1 to 2 days to get it out completely. So in the process of conservation, in particular the conservation of this jack of plates, the first step with iron and all iron throughout the site is we take an x-ray of the artifact itself. Reason we take an x-ray is, one, to determine exactly what it is, and two, to determine the iron content within that artifact itself. So as you look at this x-ray, you can see heavy white throughout here, throughout the center portion of the jack of plates. But on the outer portion, especially over here and through here, you can notice that it's also kind of cloudy, kind of shady. So what that indicates is that there's not much metal present in this area, in these areas over here. Now another thing that you also have to keep in mind is that these jack of plates are stacked kind of end to end to end to end, and where you see that in particular is right here. So this x-ray, though effective in telling us what it is and metal content, can be somewhat misleading in that pieces cover other pieces. And so even though this shows that it's very heavy here, might indicate where they're bunched up a little bit more than other areas. And so as we begin conservation, we have to be fully aware of the fact that there's a possibility that even though this is heavy white, might indicate that they're more bunched up, and we have to be very careful. There might be not much iron present in the center portion as well. After that was complete, to begin to remove the soil. With all the soil on the piece, it weighed probably about 50 to 75 pounds. So we took paleo, what we call paleo tools, which are air-driven power tools, to begin to remove all the soil. We removed all the soil, and then we came down to the plates itself. The whole process to remove all the soil and get all the hardener from this side off the piece took almost a year. And so you can see that it is absolutely complete. Right here is where the head would have come out of the piece. We have a line right here, which would have served somewhat as a tasset, which would have protected the waist. But let's look a little bit more at the jacket plate itself. You can see the single plates here. This is what they would have looked like. They are square plates with holes through the center, and the holes through the center would have received the string that would have sewn it into the vest. But it's neat to see the individual pieces. Now, normally throughout the site, this is what we normally find. In this case, we were very lucky to find the piece absolutely complete. It's very, very unique piece. We know of maybe one more in the United States of this caliber and completeness, but other than this, we know of no other. There is some mention of the Virginia company sending armor such as this to the colony, and the great thing about archaeology is a lot of times it supports the documents that we read. Eventually the piece will go on display in the museum at some point. And so this is, again, a very unique piece, but very interesting, and we're very happy to have it here.